Okay, probably best not putting your hands into hot water, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So the idea is to see if we can switch hands. Easy that way. So we got our newspaper cellulose there, expanded to enough so we can actually mix it off. Now I want 700 mils, so I'm going to tamp it down so lightly so it does actually fit the voids of the container. And we're probably going to find we don't have enough or something like that. Just about get there. Now, so this is basically what is a replacement for our peat or our coir in a way, without the copper. In a way. So yeah. So what we want to do is just to see if the ratio works like looks like a 50-50 peat and sand mix sort of thing. So are we going to end up with a 50-50 peat and sand mix? But we're just adding it as a food source from the penicillium in order to grow, get the soil prepped for the Genericum australis. Now the acid test of this, of course, will be, can we put a candle down the side of the pot and show the Genericum australis growing around the candle, even though there's no peat in the medium? That will be the acid test. If you've done that, because really peat is the only substance out there that's easily available that will actually allow the candle to be totally ensheathed by Genericum australis. Coir doesn't really work too well, if at all. So anyway, the idea is just to get some cellulose into the medium. So we're going to put that to one side and we'll see how we go. And add our sand and see if, when we mix it around, and we're probably going to have to add some water, I'm not sure yet. Again, half the volume of the sand. So we're going to see how we go there. It seems to be the fibres of the newspaper cellulose should be being opened up by the sand. Now, it'd be very easy if you did this like you soaked it in hot water overnight or something like that, but it's soft enough to get it to go. You might actually need to add a little bit of water, as I said, about just to get it to this sort of colloidal state where soft and friable. It's just a food source basically for the penicillium to grow. It's a bit like adding bread in a way, but in a much cheaper, more easily, readily available form in a way, and a slow food source, a slow food, yeah. Anyway, does that look a bit like 50-50 peat and sand in a way from your pots? Anyway, so when we add it to this mixture here, it'll be like having one part of peat or coir in 6 parts of your medium sort of thing. As I said, we're just using it as a food source to get the penicillium to grow into the pot, and that will help with germination, striking and cuttings, with all their antibiotics and stuff. So, and also the precursor of Genericum australis, which will It's the ensheathing, the generic ensheathing organism. Okay. Okay. Well, that looks pretty good actually. Worked quite well. Okay. Anyway, now we'll add our egg, and then we'll pot it up, you know, copper and stuff, and our egg, and we'll see how it goes. See if there's a difference, and we'll get a box of candles, and we'll stick a candle down the side, and if it ensheathes, we've cracked it basically. We've totally replaced peat, because that's about the only thing that will actually allow Generica australis to actually ensheath a candle down a pot. Nothing else really seems to work, you know, and it takes about 6 weeks to 2 months to totally ensheath the candle, but then again we might get it faster and be more consistent because we're doing it on a more scientific basis rather than using an ill-defined medium such as peat. But anyway, you might want to stay for the next video because it might start to get interesting. We're talking about the Northern Territory, okay, and the Petiolaris complex and the connection to WA, of course. Okay, over and out. See ya.